Samuel was born, and his parents, his mother Hannah, knowing that this was a special boy, gave him to be raised by a holy man. The holy man was Eli, and Eli was kind of a judge. So Samuel grew up with Eli kind of to serve God and be close to God. One night he was asleep, everyone was asleep, and Samuel, the boy now, heard a voice, "Samuel, Samuel." Samuel thought, must be Eli calling me. So he ran to Eli, but Eli was asleep, and Eli said, "No, I didn't call you. Go back to sleep." The same thing happened 2 more times. "What, Eli, are you calling me?" "No, I didn't call you." And then they thought, maybe it's God calling him. So he went back, and this time he heard his voice again, "Samuel, Samuel." He said, "What is it, Lord? Tell me. I'm here. I'm your servant." So Samuel said, God told Samuel, "I'm going to tell you amazing things. Basically, I'm going to make you a prophet. Prophet. Now that's a word that doesn't just mean a person who can predict events in the future. That means a messenger of God. And Samuel was a prophet. So gradually Eli died, and Samuel became a prophet and the judge of Israel. As time went by, the people of Israel wanted a king. At first Samuel thought this was a bad idea, but finally God said, okay, the first king will be Saul. Find him, pour oil on his head, that's called anoint him as the king. So Samuel found Saul, poured oil on his head, and said, you will be the king of Israel, the first king of Israel. Saul became the king. He wasn't a bad man, but sometimes he didn't do just what God and Samuel said he should do. So God told Samuel to find another king and anoint him too. So Samuel went to Jesse. Jesse had 8 sons, and God told Samuel, one of these sons will be the next king. Anoint him. So, Jesse, where are your sons? Bring them to me, please. And Jesse brought 7 of his sons. But Samuel said, no, he's not the one. He's not the one. None of these. And so Samuel was waiting for a sign from God, and Samuel said, do you have any more sons? Yes, I have an 8th son, my youngest son. He's out keeping the sheep. Bring him to me. That son was David. David was brought to Samuel. Samuel anointed him so that he would be the next king. These stories are a little confusing because it seems like we have 2 anointed kings at the same time. But it will work out.
Samuel hears God. Number 1. Where in Shiloh did people worship God? Number 2. What did Samuel hear one night? Number 3. What did Eli tell Samuel to do? Number 4. What did God tell Samuel? Number 5. Who was Saul? Number 6. What did God tell Samuel to do to Saul? Number 7. Why did God choose another king? Number 8. Why did God send Samuel to Jesse? Number 9. Which son did God choose? Number 10. What did God tell Samuel to do?